Welcome to Volt Sports on Volt 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the guys in the studio to talk about Champions League football. You heard the anthem, right? The anthem. Whenever you hear that anthem, it's European club football, the pinnacle of European club football. Good morning, John. How are you?
Good morning, I'm fine. Good morning, football maniacs out there. Glad to have you here.
Good morning, also.
Good morning, no. How on a day? Just like we say, it's too early to.
Clear-cut chances. They were just passing around, and Lukman actually did his best. Lukman played very well, but he couldn't get on the score sheet, John.
Yeah, it was a close encounter in the sense that both teams went at it, and both teams, when you seeing those performances, and come through for us now, and then
You have to tell Mario De Bruyne to step up, because I saw him make some passes that were not really completed. This is a
Well
player
said.
that when he partners with what's it called, Kutminas, they are always on the top of their game. They are always creating chances for attackers to flourish around. But yesterday the run was just flat, and it kind of hurt the attack line, I think, and that's just the way it is. I think they just lacked that clean what's it called, creativity in midfield, going on to create 8 big chances,
I was
and not getting on the score sheet from both sides. They created big chances because
it was a boring game.
not like, really.
When I mean boring, it was too boring. Apart from that penalty incident,
that was the first half. I think look at it now. The first half was flat. Everybody was being a bit cautious. We know Atlanta can go into the second half with much energy. Arsenal, they don't have. You know, when you start your best line and you don't have quality midfielders on the bench, it now tells you that this team is. So Arsenal were trying to conserve to see if they could manage their energy till the end of the game. Because they know they can't make big subs like Atlanta. But you look at it. So the first half went the way it went. The second half kind of brought in a different spark, because it was in the 58th minute they got the penalty. Kind of brought in a different spark. The Atlanta side were very much awoken. And Martinelli, if I say this, all of you will keep shouting, he's a good baller. You don't say Arsenal be good baller. He's all pace, all skill, and no brains. I say this when I see a player with all pace and no brains. I state it clearly, and everybody criticizes me for saying that he's all pace and no brains. Martinelli and Adama Traore are in the same category. All pace and no brains. People are seeing you, they give you the pass, but when you're with the ball, you're blocked out. Like, you don't see any other person to lay the pass off to. He missed clear-cut chances, about 2 or 3 of them. Clear-cut chances. He could have passed one against Spurs. We said it here against Spurs. We said it here against. If me, I want to play the Arsenal side, Martinelli no go dey start for me. You play that Martinelli maybe when the opposition defense is tired, So when you come at them, you run at the opposition defense. You know that yes, you have something to scare them off. But he's not that kind of player that starts games for you.
Okay, John, what do you make of the performance for Sterling? This is the second game he was introduced in 73rd minute, but no impact again. Are you thinking that it's a player that can move Arsenal to the next level? Because for the past 2 games, we are not seeing anything.
I think Arsenal fans should slow down on Sterling, because Sterling is a player that you bring into a game, he should be starting. And then I know we are going to get that conversation about why should he be starting. He's just a loanee, but he should be starting. In that game yesterday, as against Atalanta, I needed Sterling playing on the left instead of Martinelli, and then you have a stronger side, and then bringing Martinelli on maybe in the 60th or 64th minute as a sub to come in and put that fullback under pressure. But Sterling needs to be starting. Sterling needs to be getting game time. And if he doesn't get more game time, he's not going to perform, because you can't expect to bring him on after the other players he's playing with.
Leave that starting matter. You see, Sancho.
He should be starting for crying out loud.
Let's make instances now. When you come into a new club, you need to show the coach. Like when I said about Fulkrug, I said he's not going to come into West Ham and start games. You need to show the coach that you deserve to start.
You don't just come in and he showed it against Spurs.
Which waiting him do?
Yes.
Waiting him do?
He had many chances.
He didn't do jack nothing.
He created many opportunities for other players around him.
He created just one big chance at goal, and that big chance, when he passed the ball, I was telling you now, when he passed the ball, it was like, I don't have any other option to pass the ball. Sterling, he needs to wake up and fight for his position in training and on the pitch. When they introduce, it's not about, look at Sancho first game for Chelsea. He was introduced in the 60th minute. He won the man of the match. Why not start him in the next game? This is a performance you give up and you say, oh, I will start in the next game. You understand? For Hazard, then, even if Hazard does not start, you will still miss his presence, because when he comes in, he changes the game. Sterling came in against Spurs, didn't do anything, just created one big chance at goal, which I know.
How many chances did Martinelli create yesterday?
That's the thing. There's a Trossard on the bench that could play in that position. He was on the bench.
Trossard was introduced at some point.
76th minute. How can you be introducing somebody at 73 minutes? This is the person that you know he can fight with that position with Martinelli. Trossard. He was on the bench. These are the games you start Trossard and introduce Martinelli in the 73rd minute because you know that the defenders are way down, so they can just beat them at pace. This is when you say, okay, everybody is tired, nobody is scoring goals. Let's play counter-attacking football. Then you bring in Martinelli and maybe some other fast legs to counter-attack Atlanta. But it's that the Ademola Lookmans, they were on their toes for like 70 minutes plus.
Okay, if you look at this Arsenal team, do you think, I know they miss Odegaard, but now it's about squad planning. You let go almost all your number 10, Vieira, you let him go to Porto, then Smith Rowe to Fulham. Now they are missing Odegaard. Now if you look at that Arsenal midfield, they are flat.
Definitely.
They are flat. Do you think that Arsenal did a poor recruitment this season, John?
I think they didn't do a poor recruitment. It's just that they let a couple of players go who they felt they could leave out of the side, and it came back to bite them because, you know, when you start the transfer window, you bring in a couple of players, we're all applauding you and seeing the business you've done. But then at the dying minute, okay, we are not going to get in a striker this summer. The fans have come to terms with that. At the dying embers of the window, how do you let 4 players leave? It's crazy.
Not having a number 10 in that team is hurting them.
Yes,
because Milos would have played this game and would have played
like
better.
I said, you know, when I said this earlier, everybody here wanted to crucify me. That why will you say something like that about Arsenal? They're not ready. See, for me to say they are not ready to win the Premier League, they're not ready to win any title this season.
I disagree.
Because how can you go on for a title hunt without proper squad depth? Is what I keep hinting on. Proper squad depth. You look at your bench, you know that this is what you're playing like. Then you have somebody that will come in and change the game to get you points. They don't have that on the bench. You start a Rice and a Kai Havertz yesterday night.
It was just flat and patty.
And you know that Kai Havertz could go forward to get you results. Declan Rice could do a back and forth run, 90 minutes plus. And they have a Thomas Partey blocking them. Then when you took out Partey in that game, it just felt like everything collapsed on them. Because after taking off Partey, at least you should have brought in Jorginho that could probably make forward passes. But yeah, Jorginho was just passing sideways and backwards, no forward passes. Again, I said this when he was at Chelsea, when he won the Player of the Year at Chelsea. I said this again when he came to Arsenal. You're just getting a player that could just get you passes completed, 99% passes completed, but yet no forward pass completed. It's a player that defenders have more forward passes than he does. At Chelsea, Rudiger had more forward and big chances created than Jorginho. At Chelsea, when they played together, and Rudiger went to Real Madrid, now Jorginho is at Arsenal. He still has this difficulty going forward and creating chances. I think the fear is in his head. He plays like Alvaro Fernandez for West Ham. The fear is in his head. Edson Fernandez. The fear is in his head. Man, you're a midfielder. At some point, you need to just at least take that risk. Take that risk. Move the ball forward. Pass a ball forward. At long ball, short ball, anyone, just pass it forward. Not always sideways. Not always to Declan Rice and your defenders.
I just think that the problem with Arsenal is that their midfield is too flat. It's too flat. There's no creativity. When the other guy is not there, nobody is actually creating for them. Which I don't know how they plan their squad. Letting go in one transfer window didn't make sense. And you have a young player, Waneri, that probably
and he didn't come in.
I didn't even play at all. Okay, let's see what Arsenal is going to be doing in Champions League. They have not still lost a game this season. Throughout this season, they are still unbeaten.
Are we saying this season that they might probably go unbeaten?
I don't know. I know
are we seeing draw many matches and won the league? So maybe we are seeing an unbeaten season. We don't know yet, but let's see how it goes.
City have not lost the game too.
No. Maybe see. You don't understand. You can play an unbeaten season and still finish second.
Oh wow, that would be heartbreaking.
That would definitely.
Okay, let's move on to the next game.
Crush some people's soul.
Yeah, let's move on. Another big game is Monaco versus Barcelona. That game was a very surprising game. Everybody was thinking, okay, Hansi Flick is doing magic with Barcelona. Yamal scored again. That boy is magical. But somehow they lost that game 2 goals to 1. Their goalkeeper made a schoolboy error, passing out from the back. When the defensive midfielder wanted to defend that ball, he got that record and they played with 10 man for almost half of the game. But if you look at that game generally, do you think that, they also say that in the beginning of this show that Hansi Flick
was cooking.
Yes,
cooking
again.
You know, the food don't burn.
Yes, but that game generally, how do you see that game, John?
Yeah, it was Barcelona crumbling at the moment when you need them to do the most, because Sorry.
Continue.
Because we're expecting them to get a win in that encounter to, at least start the competition on the right foot. But it wasn't to be. They went down, and from going down, they didn't bounce back because they didn't handle going a man down well, and then they didn't respond to the goals that they conceded. And that's where I come back to this talk about not having enough firepower in the side. And you always say they have Lewandowski, they have this guy, they have that one. How you say yesterday now?
So wait, now you tell me now say for Arsenal it's okay not to have enough firepower, but for Barcelona it's not okay.
I've been crying here from
It's
time
something you're saying
immemorial
about
that
Arsenal now.
need to beef up attack, and that having just Lewandowski at Real Madrid is not at Barcelona is not enough.
See, the coach they fear to do sub. That be the thing. No lie. Because Paul Victor is a good player.
I think the problem was just the red card. The red card came out in the first half.
See, not really the red card. Look at it now. They have plenty. What's it called? Ferran Torres. Sorry, he's left now. But they have good players that could go on and show that position. No, we know that this guy is out injured already. But okay, that's okay by me. They have replacement. But that midfield yesterday, look at it. We said this when Nora retired, and we said as long as Ter Stegen is still between the sticks, Germany will not put their hands or their fingers on any trophy anytime soon once they get a better goalkeeper. And everybody was like, no. And the Nagelsmann came out to say he's the number one. There are other good goalkeepers that could come after him, but for now, he's the Germans' number one. Ter Stegen is not that keeper that you would have that would get you trophies. He makes too many errors. And his errors does not just lead to, because they will say Onana. This guy they make error pass Onana, but you know the trend.
I don't even know how
Barcelona won a title with him.
Because of who now? Because of you and Piqué
They
and the
won
rest
under
of them.
Xavi too.
See, they won the first under Xavi, but they had good players there. They have good players that could replace that could. Ter Stegen, they make, look at it, compare his errors, the errors he makes that leads to goals, and compare Onana. But Onana will trend because he plays for Man United. This guy they make errors. I they see error every year, every week in week out. Yesterday he got. You're saying more than half the minutes. 10 minutes into the game, you already have a red card. 10 minutes into the game. Though Yamal is a good player, he's a good guy. He would not, and the midfield was a bit flat yesterday. There was no Dani Olmo, so I think they lacked depth yesterday. They lacked credible depth yesterday. There's no way, Yamal would carry the whole team at his back. You understand? At some point, the pressure starts setting in. You get? But for me yesterday, it was.
I think the problem that they got that record just 10 minutes to the game. Normally it will go to destabilize the whole team, even your game plan. So I don't think they were flat. It's just because after 10 minutes you are one man down, you have to now play with 10 man away.
Look at it. This is the same thing they did last season. Andre Christensen was playing as defensive midfielder, yeah, because they lacked defensive midfield. They went into this summer to get Dani Olmo in. There is still no defensive midfielder. Why we know that Gavi is still injured, or perhaps is not match fit, fully
He's
fit.
still injured.
Now,
Ligament.
then you now bring in Eric Garcia, a defender, because Andres Christensen has issues, or perhaps injury as well. You now bring in an Eric Garcia to play in that position, and that was where they got the red card from. If it was somebody as slicky as maybe Christensen, he would have known what to do with the ball.
No, see the problem.
He would have known how to tackle it.
The goalkeeper passed the ball. The attacker actually intercepted the ball. He went to just. It's just a normal thing for you to react. Somebody is trying to just get the ball.
If you get pace, if you fast, because this guy came to Man City at some point. At Man City, now you're playing and carry and give back now. Eric Garcia, and carry and give back. If to say him fast and him good, if for now you take stop that ball without committing a foul.
Well, let's see what happens with Barcelona. But I'm going to ask you about Hansi Flick. But remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports, and have some comments here. Bowie is saying Sterling was a mistake. He can never start for Arsenal. He's also saying you can never start Sterling before Trossard. Not possible.
Not possible, man.
So Caliafoli is not starting, talk less of Sterling. So I think with this Arsenal game, Sterling, it was a mistake, because I don't see him playing anything in this Arsenal team. But let's see, probably it's just his second game. But another comment, and Athletic will be saying Arsenal always have challenged for second 11. It has been robbing them of titles for more than 3 seasons now. The last time Arsenal had a good striker was when Aubameyang was active. And Athletic will be saying the goalkeeper, Ter Stegen, that's the Barcelona goalkeeper, got a trophy having Messi, Iniesta, and Neymar are rakitic.
He got
Who-
it too
who
last
such-
season, couple
He
of
got it
seasons
under
ago.
Xavi, having
Under
good
Xavi,
defender,
yes.
having good defenders as Christensen and Araujo on their peak, on their top form.
Come on, man, you guys should stop bashing that guy.
And he's saying, who's such player in Man U to cover errors
For you.
Onana?
Thank you.
So he's also saying Luipa does not trend, is that he makes error and Baka still wins, but Onana makes error and Man U loses. So I think he's right.
Good point.
I think because somehow, even when he makes his schoolboy errors, somehow Baka wins that game. But somehow, if Onana makes his own mistake, because
Nobody they could score the goal
I think
now.
the problem there is that the whole world watches Premier League more. And Man U have more fans than Barcelona, especially in Nigeria, where everybody say you're either Man U fan, Chelsea, Arsenal, or Liverpool. So I think that's why the criticism is
We are still
always
looking
much.
for Tottenham Hotspur fans in
No,
Nigeria.
there's no sports fan. Okay, we are West Ham fans, so but I don't think that
I've
is
seen,
sports
I've
fan.
seen, I went to Ikeja one of these days. I went to GRA Ikeja and I saw a stadium full of Aston Villa fan base. And I asked myself, are these people surely Aston Villa? That was 2020. And I asked myself, are these people actually Aston Villa fans or are just camouflaging? And there were many of them.
If you look closer, you won't find them Aston Villa fans.
I'm telling you that these people are Aston Villa true and true.
Okay, let's see. When we talk about fans one day. Okay, let's stay with the Barcelona game. The Barcelona, after that losing that game 2-1. Do you think Hansi Flick can turn this whole thing around in the Champions League also?
Well, it is yet to be seen because he has the squad. I'm not saying he has the squad now, but he has the intelligence as a coach. But I think for now he should just focus on building because Barca at this point are not looking
They
to
don't get money. That's the problem.
so he should just focus on building. Try to get the players. See, I said this yesterday, and I'm saying it again. Barca is a side that gets young players off the La Masia. They should get some of these players that are credible to start for them.
And
It's
that's
just what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that when you're building, there are two types of managers you can get. You can get the manager when you're building that buys players and uses them in the team, or you can get the manager that is capable of taking young talent from the academy and bringing them up. We all know that was Xavi, and Xavi didn't get a chance to stay
You don't know
in.
that was Xavi. How many
Yes.
players Xavi give opportunity?
What are we saying?
How many give?
What
Calm
are
down,
what are
John.
we not saying
If you're
here?
talking
For
about the
crying
likes
out
of
loud?
Pedri and Gavi, they were given opportunity before Xavi came in.
What about the guy who is playing the left back? What about the guy who is playing?
Balde.
What
Balde has
about-
been in the side before
what
Gavi,
about
before
the-
Xavi came into the job.
Yeah, what about the other players in that side
The only
that
person
came
you
in?
mentioned, the only person you mentioned for me now was maybe a Yamal, who's
Yes.
been there under him, who came in under him. But Balde, Gavi, Pedri, they've all been in the side. They've gone on multiple loan spells. Now they are playing for Barcelona. There are other players like
Who gave them their starting bet in the starting 11? That's what we are talking about.
the other coaches
And
have
then
been introducing them
if you-
gradually.
They've been introducing them gradually, but it was under Xavi. These people held down a spot in that side under Xavi. And now this man is here, Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick is the kind of manager that buys players to build. And they don't have the funds to buy players.
He
So
will
he's
still
just,
look out for
he's
players
just
in the
steadying
side.
the ship.
He will still look out for players. in the
Baba
side.
is just steadying the ship. Let's call it as it is.
See, look at it. Hansi Flick, we all know him for Bayern Munich. He bought players, but you also know that he gave young players the opportunity to shine. Because at some point, nobody knew who Joshua was. Now, he didn't give Joshua the limelight.
Who is the Kimmich?
Yes.
I think it was
No,
it was Pep that
We
brought him.
all knew
No.
who Joshua was. Please, let's not go there.
No, you.
Let's not
maybe
go there.
You knew him from academy or from young, but me, I'm just saying he got his first shine, and he got not just his first shine, he got dominance under Hansi.
No.
This
Under
man,
Pep.
this man republished what's it called, Lewandowski for Bayern Munich, and now he's trying to regain his fitness back. He improves player individually and collectively. He does improve players. So let's not take away from the fact that he's playing for perhaps this
Baba
thing now.
is a buying coach. Let's call it as
At
it is.
Barca, he's changed that mentality. Let's see how it goes for the next of the season.
Okay, we are going to join our senior analyst Bowe to tell us what he think about this Champions League game that happened. Probably throughout this week, he's going to be analyzing all the Champions League game that happened. Good morning, Bowe.
Amazing times. First of all, I want to say that this new Champions League system is going to shock quite a lot of teams. You're going to see. You know, you're no longer guaranteed of your constant 6 matches. It's going to be very, very, very tough. Imagine the likes of Arsenal now playing your first game away to Atlanta. Your next game after Arsenal, they are hosting PSG. How they feel they will win. PSG has gotten, I think, their first 3 points or so. So it's going to be very, very slippery slope for many sides who are not careful to now understand that this is like a knockout thing. You don't win your matches, you are going to be sorry. You know, so talking about that game yesterday, I think for me, Arteta got it wrong. You already know. Everybody knows that Gabriel Jesus is no longer capable to lead that attacking line. Are you testing him against Atlanta to see how he can be on Sunday against Manchester City? Your proven team is simple. Now you don't have Odegaard. Play your Havertz up front. Play your Jorginho, Partey and Rice. Rice is back, so play Jorginho, Partey and Rice. Let Partey be there. Let Rice be the one going forward and back for you and see what you can do. You're playing away. So Arsenal lacked creativity yesterday. They played nonsense. Martinelli is not a bad player as Nonso want you to be. You cannot compare Martinelli to who you call the name again.
Adama Traore, now the same category.
You can't compare them.
It's not possible on earth and in heaven and beyond the heavens. Last 2 seasons, that guy was on top from scoring goals. Every player has that season or 2 seasons where they don't play well. Just Arteta trust him. If not, put him on the bench and bring him up. Like you said, you're correct when you say bring him up about 70 minutes anybody's tired. Because his idea of finishing is bad. Any day, anytime, Trossard finishes more than Martinelli. Trossard has more ball control. Trossard has an eye for the pass. So, but I think Arteta just wants speed. You know, just like Man City is playing Grealish and Doku. Grealish is like Saka, not very fast, but skillful. Doku is like Martinelli who can run, but Doku too now has better passing and crossing ability, you know, than Arsenal side. So there are different things you can look at. But I think for now, Martinelli should be on the bench for some games. Start Trossard in that forward line. Then play your 3-man midfield. Let Rice be the one that is moving around. So the players, they were lucky for Atlanta not to win. I think they only started playing better yesterday. I will tell you the truth. Partey was bad. I don't know the game you watched. Partey was not in that game yesterday. He didn't play very well. When Partey went off and Jorginho came in, we could see a little bit more fluidity, you know, in the Arsenal side. He began passing the ball, but there was still no headway in scoring that goal. So it's going to be a very solid one for the Arsenal side. The greatest mistake they made was not signing a striker.
Yes.
Also, letting either Smith Rowe or Pablo Vieira go. That is the 2 mistakes they made. Other signings have been not bad, but injuries, you know, have come in. So it's going to be a strong one for them. They were lucky as a thanks to Raya, who had a miraculous double save. I don't know how he did that today. And now he's just proving to everybody that he is better than Ramsdale anytime. So everybody should keep their mouth shut about the Ramsdale issue. Yeah. He has shown it over and over again now in the season. And Manchester United, Barcelona yesterday, I think they were lucky. I will not blame Eric Garcia for that mistake. You blame the goalkeeper. It's a very simple thing. No matter how fast the defender is, if it was Christensen, like Nonso said, they will score the goal. Christensen will not get a red card. He will allow the guy go in and score and hope the goalkeeper can make a save. But Garcia should not have made that tackle or even touch the player. You know, once you do that, the last man standing, it's going to be a red card and a penalty. You know, or a free kick as it were. But I'll still give kudos to Monaco. And also give a little bit praise to Barcelona because playing with 10 men, Barca played like they were 11. That's what we talk about experience. But they were unlucky to lose that game. I'm saying Champions League, we should watch out. Some big things will not make it to the next round. Some other things that we're not sure about, you know, we will make it. So football is hotting up. Let's see what will happen again in 2 weeks' time or so when they are back for return legs of those games or their next match day 2. Basically, I think that is what I want to say this morning. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you for that analysis. Okay, guys, let's continue with our client played yesterday again for Bayer Leverkusen. That we're talking about Boniface. They won that game against Feyenoord by 4-0. Xabi Alonso is cooking. Even I thought everybody thought it was probably a 1-season wonder.
No.
But he's still firing. He just lost 1 game this whole season again in Bundesliga. They lost, I think, the final kick of that game they lost. But
lost the second game as the head coach of Bayer Leverkusen so far from last season and this season.
So I think he's doing fantastic. Boniface played his first Champions League game and he made that statement, playing from 13 naira to play a boy playing for 13 naira. Now I'm playing the Champions League football. But that game generally, how do you see Xabi Alonso doing with Leverkusen?
He's been doing fantastically well. You have to give him his flowers. You have to give the team, the players. Last season when they were bossing the Bundesliga, a lot of people were saying they didn't have the big names or the draw trappings of the Bayern Munich and the likes, but they've done well for themselves and winning that game comfortably from the start. I was like, just call it as it is. It's a win, and they did it. They came through with them. I want to just give a special big ups to Jeremy Frimpong. Created two assists. He assisted for 2 goals, gave in a good performance too, as well as the likes of the scorers Florian Wirtz and a couple of other players in the side. Big names still doing what they are doing, pushing the club forward.
Don't say Bayern
Standing
Leverkusen.
and paying like he said paying 30 naira. Now if you want stand, watch the ball. If you want sit down, you go pay complete 100 naira. Victor, no send wrong information. But it was good.
He played a good game for Bayern Leverkusen.
It was good because he made some. I think it was his run off the ball that created the second goal for Florian Wirtz, which tells you that this player is good. He knows how to. His positional awareness is credible. He knows who is behind him. He knows who is in front of him. He knows when to make a run that would leave the ball free for the next person to take a clear-cut shot. And I think Jeremy Frimpong kind of noticed those movements and fed off it, because whenever he makes that run, there's always a Florian running behind him, and Florian is always on his space. Like everybody is focused on Victor receiving a pass, and you forget that there's a player running behind him in Florian Wirtz, and you put your attention on Victor Boniface, and Florian Wirtz is bearing those chances. It was a good game to see in total, because you saw him make those runs, bully defenders, try to drop into midfield, make some credible passes, playing his first Champions League match like he's been in the Champions League for a very long time. And I have to say, every Nigerian in the Champions League, though they lost, some of them lost their games. They're talking about Franco Yedika for Club Brugge. I think they kind of put up a performance that you say this player should be nominated for Ballon d'Or every year, but it is what it is.
Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen, they trashed final 4 goals to nil. Alonso is cooking. And let's hope that you reach probably the knockout stages or the latter stages of the Champions League, because I like the way they play. They are the team that play with 3-man defense, and their midfielders, they play attacking football. And the way he organizes his team it's sweet to watch.
And the thing is, when you say you are playing a 3-man defense, you're always expecting the full-backs to sit deep, or perhaps when they have the ball, they go forward. But
their wing-backs are attackers.
When they are on the ball, they are just like wingers up front. They have 3 strikers, 2 wingers, and the 3-man defense is just reduced to 1.5, because one person is in midfield, the remaining 2 are there. But when they lose the ball, you see them, not that they come back and sit deep, they come into midfield and close the gaps in midfield. That's why you can score them from a counter attack, and you say, okay, fine, you got a goal ahead of them. But after that, playing from the counter and getting your goals, they still manage to hold you off in midfield and make sure you don't get into their final third. And it's a good sight to see when you see that they always come out to choke you in midfield when they lose the ball. It's a good sight to see.
One more thing I just want to chuck in is the way they win their games, and they win their games dominantly. There are a couple of teams you see, they just score you the 1-0.
Yeah, they score 2-0, 3-0. They always score a lot of their matches are always 3-1.
Yeah.
They concede.
They concede.
Of course, they concede
because of the high line. Because of the high line of defense they play, they concede.
They concede, but they are scoring. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Atletico Madrid versus RB Leipzig. That game ended 2-1. Atletico considered that goal. 4 minutes, it was 1-0, but somehow they managed to win. Atletico managed to win that game 2-1. That goal was scored in 90+ minutes. Then they won that game. Atletico, he is fighting for the Champions League. Remember, Simeone has been in Champions League final twice. He lost to Real Madrid twice, one on penalty, one in the extra time. But
against Barcelona, lost to Barcelona and against Real Madrid.
No, twice against Real Madrid actually in the finals.
He lost one to Barcelona, I guess.
No, he didn't. It was Real Madrid in penalty, that equalizer for Ramos that took it to the extra time when they won. Yes. Then the second one, the penalty that Cristiano scored that last goal and removed the shirt. So I think that's why he lost in the Champions League final. But they have started this campaign again. He's bought well. He's going to win this. Okay, I won't say win, at least reach this final of the Champions League.
The main thing is just, baby steps now. Let's leave finals for now. Let's qualify out of this 36-man table. That's the most important thing, because looking at the performance yesterday, good one to them. You can see Conor Gallagher at home doing his thing, forgetting about Chelsea and El Hala, having a good game. And then for me yesterday was also a good time, because I got to see my boys talking about Benjamin Zesko and Lois Openda. in action. Openda creating for Zesco getting on the score sheet.
Yes, Zesco scored the first.
Yeah, but they obviously couldn't win that game. I think they are just a few signings away from being a really, really good side pushing for titles. But kudos to Atletico Madrid. My guy wasn't on the score sheet, even though I was looking out for him.
Alvarez.
It's fine, yeah, but
Alvarez. Okay. Now, so if you look at that game, Simeone and Atletico, do you think that this squad, because he bought what? He spent a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Alvarez cost them about 95 million euros.
Gallagher too, almost 45 too. So
you won't complain that they didn't support him this time. They bought two, but do you think
when everybody is hype singing praises of Gallagher, did you see he didn't start the game?
he didn't start? But he was
This is how to tell you. This is how to run games. New players don't start games, but you know when to introduce them to shut down the opposition half. Because I feel like for the first 40 minutes of the game, Leipzig was doing something good. If you notice, until the 60th minute when they brought in subs, and you see that after that game, after subs, the game kind of changed in favor of Atletico. But before the changes, they already lost that game. They were already losing the game. So I'm just saying, if we sing praises of the coach of players, we also sing praises of the coach that knows when to introduce some certain players into some side. Look at it. He did his homework.
I think for me,
Look
the
at it now. He
difference
brought
between
incredible
Leipzig
player.
and Atletico was depth.
I won't say that because
I would say
look
that.
at it. Leipzig have not always been a buying side. If you've noticed, for the past since the likes of Ralf Rangnick, they went to one Champions League quarterfinals, I think in 2012 against Man United, and Ralf Rangnick said,
But they recruit
the
well.
same
They
thing.
don't buy
They recruit
big.
too well. They don't buy big.
recruit well.
Just like they buy from young, smaller age grades, and they train. Their training setup is good, and they train young talents, and they sell. That is the club, and they end up finishing in the top 4 in the Bundesliga. Tell me that this club is doing a good business in transfer market and all around. But against Atletico Madrid yesterday, it was just a game of intelligence, and I think that was the thing the coach lacked, because after scoring that goal, you need to still continue to push for more goals. But they kind of were playing conservative football. If you ask me, I felt that game, like after the first goal, they kind of sat deep, and it was a boring game to see after that.
Okay, that game ended for Atletico 2-1. Okay, guys, I'm opening the phone line now. You can call us to tell us what you think about yesterday's Champions League. It was a whole lot of game happened. You can call us on 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us what you think about yesterday's Champions League games. Okay, guys, let's move away from Champions League. But Champions League is going to happen again in 2 weeks' time. Next week is going to be Europa League. That is going to happen. So no Champions League next week. It's going to be Europa League. Okay, let's move on to La Liga. But La Liga happened yesterday, and Leganés 0 versus Atletico Bilbao 2. That game ended 2-4 Atletico Bilbao, and the elder brother of William, scored the goal, not the superstar. The elder brother scored that goal. But generally, I like La Liga. They play good football, even though you see small team. They are technical. If you look at their team, you can watch it. You can sit down and watch that game, and you could enjoy it. Even though people might not really know who Leganés is, but they know probably Atletico Bilbao. But you watch that game, it was an interesting game. It ended 2-0 in favor of Atletico Bilbao, John.
Yeah, it was a good game. I expected Atletico just because of the extra star power in that side, and then a couple of other signings they have in their side. If you look at Atletico, would I say they are just maybe 2 or 3 signings away from being the Girona of this season, if they could pull it off. But they played a very good game, and they were able to get the win, scoring those goals. And now I think they should be putting themselves in the shout for Europe this coming season.
They should. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys, in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
My name is Chukwudi from Enugu.
Okay, Chukwudi, what is your contribution?
My contribution is about the Champions League. The Champions League was very, very fantastic, I'm telling you.
Okay.
This new part of the Champions League was very, very fantastic, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I expected that Chelsea would be in that format, I'm telling you. This one is very fantastic, I'm telling you.
Okay, let's see if they are qualified this season.
No problem.
Thank you very much. Okay, that format, people get used to it at some point. It's like a league format. People get used to it when they play 1 or 2 seasons. They get used to it.
Where it's going to be very tasking, and for the teams, I'm sounding it now before we get there, so that you will not see players complaining playing 4 games in 7 days, or be 4 games in 10 days. Because if you do not finish in that top 8, you will play off extra 4 or 5 games to make it into a knockout. And if you add that to your calendar, you know that everywhere will be full.
That you said now there were rumors about players planning an impending strike. We don't know why that is, because of the. I think it's because of the fixture congestion.
Yes.
So look at it now. If that time reach for February, because now February, that strike will happen. No, some club players will just boycott the process.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Volt FM.
Good
morning.
Name and location, please.
Where music leads the voltage.
Where music leads the voltage. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's Master Benz calling from Ugoja Cross River State.
Wow.
Okay, what's your contribution?
Yeah. I'm hearing some Arsenal fans saying, yes, of course I'm that Liverpool fan. I'm grateful that Liverpool won their game at AC Milan.
Okay.
Yeah, that is a wonder. I would like you to also show us the table. Let me know how the table look like.
Okay.
The Champions League table.
Okay. Okay.
I heard Arsenal is going to bounce all their annoyance on Man City.
We don't know about that.
And
the same thing you heard is what we heard.
In the Champions League, they are going away in the Premier League, and they think they can win Man City.
It's the same thing you heard. We heard also that they will use all the annoyance from playing that draw to face Man City.
It's let's go and buy striker.
Let's see, they use it to fuel their anger. The draw against Atlanta. They used to fuel
and you
their
know
anger.
what? Man City play their Champions League at home.
Yes.
And they are playing the Premier League they are playing their Premier League against Arsenal at home.
Yeah.
And they had 1 day extra to rest.
Yes.
True.
So I don't know how Arsenal will do it. They will give us that same kind of complaint or excuses that they normally give.
Okay, let's
Thank
see.
you very much. Shout out to Bowen.
All
All
right.
right.
I love his analysis.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
God bless you too. Okay, 0706 048 5853. If you don't know that it's not a group stages now, it's like a league table. The first, okay, let's say this call before I explain that table to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys in the studio.
Good morning.
morning.
Name and location, please.
This is in additional from Transicool.
Okay, what is your contribution?
My brother, I'm not happy as I played draw with Atlanta yesterday.
Okay.
That's one. But whatever any Man City fans, Man U fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans feel that as we go and visit Gadola on Sunday, simply mean that Arsenal will lose that game. That was a typical lie. Gadola knows that any day, any time he's facing Arsenal, there is a danger. Even during the time of Arsenal Wenger, before Arsenal Wenger started to shut down, which I can remember the last match between Arsenal Wenger, beating Arsenal Wenger 2-0. Before he can beat Arsenal Wenger 2-0, you know what is passed through. What is there that we are going there? Either I claim 3 points or we share the point on 1 point.
Okay.
That's it. So Arsenal, the only thing that which I understand also what is not is saying is good to let Adata now wake up, know how to set the player. Because time of know the good coach, time of your injury inside your team, you know how to set it well.
Yes.
So if we set it well, we will get to the result. If you fail to do that, definitely you blame yourself. So that's it. Gunners for life.
Gunners for life. Okay, quickly, let me explain the league table in the Champions League now. There are 36 teams that are playing in this year's Champions League. The first 8 is the league table. The first 8 will qualify straight to the knockout stages. The remaining 8, from 9th till 22nd on the table, they will play a knockout stages.
Yeah.
It's a playoff.
Two legs knockout stage
Yeah,
playoff.
to qualify.
24th.
Yes, to see who is going to qualify join the top 8 for the Champions League knockout stage. Then the rest, you are out. There are no Europa for you. There's no Europa League for you.
No Europa League, no
Nothing for
Conference
you.
League. You're out.
Now they will be angry that at some point last season I felt like all those players to finish third. They purposely finished third. People like Sevilla. They just finish. I don't want to come and win Champions League. They just finish third.
They will go to
and come to this thing and Spain.
Knockout
He say,
stages
I come and play of Europa League
yes.
and win Europa League. And you not hear them winning Europa back to back to back. But the Champions League, you ask yourself, these people played the Champions League earlier this season now, but they are winning Europa League at the end of season. What happened? These are the teams that we don't want that anymore.
Yes.
The seasons are also.
Once you're out this time.
So
Yeah.
Conference League is our league. We that want to qualify for Conference League. If we finish anywhere in the Conference League, we'll play our final.
You and Man U.
We will not allow people from
Anywhere to
Europa
come.
League to come and collect it from us.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It's me again. I want to ask you, when is the Chelsea playing the Europa Conference League?
Next week.
Next week.
Yeah, then no
Conference
European
League is
football.
2 weeks from now.
It's 2 weeks
Next,
from
now.
next week they
Yeah,
have a
next week
game,
is
the
Europa
Carabao
League.
Cup.
Okay,
So Chelsea, why they are playing Europa League?
they are playing Carabao Cup.
Chelsea will
Yes,
be playing their Carabao Cup
next
matches.
week. Yes.
Okay. Tomorrow, the tomorrow's match is with James going to play that match.
You see?
Is with James starting the match tomorrow?
Reece James, we're not sure. We're not
No,
sure
I
because
think
we've not
it's-
gotten
it's-
we've not
it's
gotten update
injured.
on his injury. How long he's going to be off?
Okay. I don't know whether Sanchez will start this match against West Ham tomorrow.
Let's see.
Definitely, he's not starting.
Tomorrow we'll see what the lineup the Maresca is going to be bringing out.
Okay.
We're not waiting to see the end of that.
All right,
We're not waiting
thank
to
you.
see the end of- Sancho will not start. Before Sancho will come in, I would have been leading by 3-1.
Who are we?
West Ham would have been leading by 3-1 before
Okay.
Sancho comes in.
Yes. Okay. Tomorrow we'll analyze
We
that.
shall see.
Hello. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
My name is Bonaventure. I'm calling from Sukan.
Okay, Bonaventure from Musuka. What is your contribution?
Yeah. I'm a Barcelona fan.
Yeah,
I
Barca fan.
don't agree with John on what he's talking about, the stargazing, because you cannot. That's why Germany is starting a 39-year-old goalkeeper. Because if Texeger was a good goalkeeper, he could have been starting ahead of Neuer. It's the same thing with Dembele. About what Martinelli also is talking about Martinelli. They are a good dribbler and they have pace, but they don't use their final third like skill. They just dribble. This is what cost Barcelona that 290 Champions League. Teskeler and Dembele, because they are not good at what they are doing. Then about Barcelona last match, I think that record was the issue of the goalkeeper. You see, there was 2 players on your right and left that you could have passed to, but you decided to pass the defensive midfielder with not that experience and under a pressure. So that was the problem. But I believe in Ansu Flick. This is just one game, and we have 7 games to go.
Yes.
And a lot of players are injured. The young Gavi, Omo, another midfielder, another one of our defender are injured. So when we get back, I know he's going to do well.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live every day, Monday to Saturday, on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Just type at Volt FM Sports on YouTube. You will find us and you can watch us live. Drop your comments. I'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. And like let's be these are comments from our YouTube channel. It's Arsenal. He said Arsenal should strap their boots before getting to City on Sunday, because if they miss, City will run them riot.
No,
We
man.
are citizens. Okay, he's a City fan. Okay. Let's see what will happen with Arsenal. They are playing on Sunday against Manchester City. It's going to be a tough start for Arsenal. Okay, let's continue with Spanish La Liga. There is games today. Deportivo Alaves is playing Sevilla today.
Yeah.
So it's our guys. Two of our guys are playing.
Senior man
is playing, and Ejuku.
I think
Yes.
Ejuke is out
Ejuke.
injured.
They are playing
He's
today.
not featured so far.
Okay, both of them are playing today. But if you look at that game, what are you expecting, or what are your prediction for that game, John?
I'm expecting. I want to see senior man play. That's talking about Iheanacho. I would like to see him play. He has to get on the score sheet, man.
He has not scored.
He has not scored.
We need him to score.
We need him to score. We need him to fire the team forward. We need him to shine. Iheanacho is one player I've been looking at. Seeing him shine elsewhere outside. His past at City
middle
and
table teams.
yes,
in
middle table
England
team.
and
Shine well in
division team.
Europe. So I'm looking forward to that game. I'm going to be watching it hoping he scores, and then hoping Sevilla go on to do well.
Okay, what are your prediction for that game?
I'm just seeing the possible lineup. Ejuke might start today, though. I think he's not top of his form. He had some strains in his feet now. But if Iheanacho is not starting, then I don't see reasons why they will go on to play draws and introduce him in the second half when you're already past losing the game. So I think he should be starting games, perhaps in the midfield, create chances for the finishers to finish their chances.
Okay, let's move on to the Serie A. There's a game in Serie A today. Okay, before that, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
This mega game,
Normally.
Okay, what is your contribution? Can you please speak up?
Arsenal for that defense line now. You be like this, and then you get the best defense line for Premier League now.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We like concede ball. So when we play at home, I think I'm confident we will beat Arsenal 1-2. Because Arsenal to break the defense line, you know, they are not just because they Arsenal will level to do. So they are never something they try to have a door. I will go. I give them to do.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, in the Serie A, today's game is Cagliari versus Empoli and Verona versus Torino. What are your let's get your prediction for that game, because they are not really a big team to talk about.
I'm just looking at teams from Turin, man. I feel like these teams every team in Turin is a big team.
Yes.
There's no way you put it, Juventus, all of them, they are all big teams in Turin.
Torino is a big team.
No, every team in Turin, that capital city, is a big team. So Torino is one of those teams you look out for and you say they might win.
Okay. What are your predictions for that game? Okay, let's get another prediction for Cagliari versus Empoli.
Empoli have been doing well recently. I think they beat Roma last week. They got a point. They got 3 points off Roma last week, so I think they might go on to win this one as well.
John, let's get your prediction for that game.
I'm going to back Torino on this one. Verona haven't really impressed me since they've come up this season. And then for Cagliari versus Empoli, I'm going to place that one as a draw.
You're going to place it as a draw. Okay, that's game happening in Serie A. Tomorrow we're going to get all the games that are happening, because tomorrow weekend, I like football. They are playing football every day now. Football is every day now. Like, once you open your TV, you put on your TV, there is a game happening somewhere.
You know one thing, these ladies, they like to watch Big Brother, and as the football weekend is on, Big Brother edition will start in the night. So you're like, give me the remote. And like, no.
Okay, in Ligue 1, in France, it's Nice versus Saint-Etienne. What are your predictions for that game, Nasu?
Nice has been a good side. They've been managing themselves well. Saint-Etienne has also managed themselves well with the Pogba brothers, trying to get them up to the position they need to be. But it's just a good game, and I'm going to see a draw in this one.
Okay, John, what are you seeing in that game?
Nice edging it out, even though it's going to be a tough one. Saint-Etienne are a very good League 1 side, and let's see how it goes, but Nice should be able to edge it.
Okay, guys, tomorrow we're going to analyze the Premier League and other games that are happening around Europe, because Chelsea, everybody is going to play this weekend. Arsenal has a game against Manchester City. That's the big game throughout the weekend. That's what we are expecting. But Champions League this week has been fantastic. If you don't understand the former years, don't worry. Just stay
after game with 8.
Yes, you understand at some point. You know, some people are still asking me, confused. This format is a big format, because everybody is actually used to the group stages when you just group two teams come out and play the knockout stages. But now it's a league table, so they are confused.
And look at it right now. Bayern are sitting top of the league, 7-goal advantage to the right. So you never can tell with this league. Celtic
like we said,
right behind them too.
Like we said, it's game week 1. You know, go use and judge. If we reach game week 8, we go know who they enter the next stage. Calm down. You want to hype somebody now, but calm down.
I'm calling it as it is. Right now,
let's see how it goes
Bayern,
to them.
Celtic sitting at the top, and it's pretty lonely right now, because a lot of teams from 8 down are on less than 1 point.
Okay, guys. That is Champions League happening throughout this week. Next week, I think in 2 weeks' time, we have another set of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's Champions League in 2 weeks' time. Okay, this is how we are going to end today's show. Thank you for joining us. Remember, guys, we are live every day, Monday to Saturday, on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. When you go there, like our comments, like our channel. Please subscribe to our channel too, and drop your comments whenever we are live. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. My name is Godwin, and with me and my guys here in the studio, and we are saying have a lovely day. See you guys tomorrow for Premier League review.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Take a break and enjoy the show.
Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a great goal!
Entertainment.